And we are back for yet another episode of Getting Into Eve. Now, I'm just calling it Getting Into Eve right now because I haven't quite figured out a name for it yet, but I should have a name anytime soon because I have been working on one. And now, I wasn't originally going to make an episode today, but I was online this morning and made sure we had plenty of things queued up in our training queue. And here are quite some stuff queued up. Let's see if we can't queue up something more, such as, I'm thinking, well, we have shield upgrades level 3 now. And if we check here, I tried to fit a shield recharger on my ship earlier in one of the previous episodes, but we didn't have the skills to do that. So I'm thinking before we head out and continue our military career, we shall check if we can't do that. And a shield recharger increases the, well, it, you know, I mentioned shields recharge passively, and that it basically increases the rate at which our shield recharges passively at. So we could, you know, take out our shield booster and put in the shield recharger, and now our capacitor is going to last for a whole lot longer than it did before. So I think we'll go with this, and since we have trained weapon upgrades now, which we hadn't before, I'm thinking we can put some gyro stabilizers are the ones you want if you got projectile turrets, but I want magnetic field whoops. I can't spell it. Yeah, that's why you should pay attention at school, you know. And I have a unit degree even. Anyway, now we have 2 of those magnetic field stabilizers, but they go into low slots, so I have to take out the overdrive injector system. And now it says we don't have enough CPU to make this work. Something I haven't mentioned before are these rig slots. Well, I think I mentioned them, but we haven't really dug deep into them. And to be able to use this magnetic field stabilizer, along with all the other items we have on here that require CPU, we can put in a processor, ship modification, small processor, overclock unit, but we don't have the skill to do that. I am going to buy one anyway. Ouch. The price between here and Cheetah is really, really big. So I think I'll hold on to that, but I'll check requirements for now, and we need the jury rigging skill. And we need mechanics level 3. So I'm going to queue up mechanics level 3. It's under armor. There we go. 1 more level. Going to take 3 hours. I'll put that on top. There, apply. And then I'll wait with buying the jury rigging skill. So for now I'll take off this magnetic field stabilizer, and I'll put in a overdrive injector system again. These magnetic field stabilizers increase the DPS of our hybrid turrets. As I mentioned, if you use projectile turrets, you want gyro There, you want these gyro stabilizers. And if you are using laser turrets, you want heat sink, these ones. And if you are using missiles, you want ballistic, there we go, ballistic control system, if you're using missiles. Now, I think this will do fine for now. Hopefully our shields won't take a major beating, because then it would of course have been better with the small shield booster. So let's just continue with the military career here. We only got 2 missions left here, and For this we will get a actual Stasis Webfire 1, which is a whole lot better than the civilian Stasis Webfire that we currently got. I have just the thing you want. We've come across a narcotics ring that we suspect is helping fund Tahamar's operations. Make your way to their warehouse and destroy it. Be ready for a fight too. So we should apparently expect quite the fight from this mission. And let's turn on these two.
Warp drive active.
And here we have some Gristas rookies we have to deal with, and we'll probably have to deal with them before we can activate this acceleration gate. Well, he died rather easily. And let's not forget the loot. And we can reload our guns while we grab the loot. Now we have a actual frigate we have to deal with. These icons here are other icon for rookie ships, while this icon is the icon for frigates. And now we shall activate this acceleration gate.
Warp drive active.
We are stuck, and it's possible to get stuck here if you are that close to the asteroid and try to walk out, and your ship will just get, you know, act up as if it's on high on drugs or something. And you won't actually warp anywhere. The ship will just sit there and be stuck, and you can't do anything. Control space won't work to stop your ship. Absolutely nothing works. You'll just have to hope that it figures out how to avoid the asteroid and eventually warp. So it's pretty good to make sure if you need to warp out, always make sure you are clear of any obstacles. Let's loot the wrecks first before we shoot the structure we have to shoot for the mission. And the structure we need to shoot is the one we saw over there on the asteroid. We can even take a look at it here. So let's see. Look at. No, that's a radioactive cargo rig. Is it this one? Narcotics warehouse. Yeah, that's the one. Let's work with that one. 1,000, target lock it, and let's start shooting. We can even possibly even read the text here. Narcotics. Yeah, don't do drugs, people. Just don't. Especially not when you play. And not alcohol either, because there are people that quite some stupid things while being drunk. Like buying ridiculously expensive ships and lose them, and the day after they realize they don't have the money left. And no ships either. There we go. Let's see what the container holds, because we just blew up a narcotics warehouse. I'm pretty sure it will contain some illegal drugs. And I do remember I mentioned drugs in an earlier episode. Yeah, there we go. And there's the skull I was talking about. Don't pick up these. You will be flagged as a criminal if you pass through any gates. I'm not sure about stations. And that means other people can shoot you. So, since the objective is the mission is completed, we're just gonna go back to the station.
Warp drive active. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
There we go. And let's put that on straight away. The proper stasis webbifier. There we go. And let's do the final mission here. And we will be granted another Merlin. And we will also get the Sharpshooter skill book, which is a quite useful book. It increases the optimal range of our turrets. Sure, I've got something. We've got him this time. Follow these coordinates to catch Talhamar, once and for all. Note that he'll be heavily guarded by his cohorts. If your shields and armor are depleted, and you're close to taking hull damage, warp out immediately. You can either dock at a nearby station and pay its repair shop to fix your ship, or you can use your armor repair module while in space. But since we already have a Merlin, we don't need to use this Merlin, and now we have a backup Merlin in case this one should explode. Oh wait, let's abort that and actually empty our cargo here before we go out again. I don't need these ammo types, and we're running a little bit low on iron charges, so we might want to check the market for some more. A little cheaper in Jita, but I'll buy 1,000 here anyway. Buy. There we go. Let's head out. Set destination. Okay, let's say the neighboring system. And since we need to wait a minute, remove waypoint, I think I'll have to. Oh, there we go. Now things make sense. Add waypoint, and we have a couple of jumps to go. Let's see if I can't think of anything to talk about. I'm not sure if I actually think I did mention corporation taxes. And don't forget to, if you're in a player corporation, don't forget to check if you're in a war or not before you're on dock. But as I otherwise mentioned, if we check on our corporation here that we're in, we have a 11% tax, and yes, I'm pretty sure I mentioned that. As long as you're an MC Corp, that 11% tax goes into nothingness, and if you're in a player corporation, they often have taxes as well. Might be a good idea to, before you join a player corporation, to check what the tax rate is, but also ask what will you get in return for that tax. A lot of corporations have ship replacement programs. Basically, if you lose your ship, you just mail the kill mail to one of your corporation officers, and they'll pay for your loss. Granted, it's not a ridiculously expensive and stupid loss. If you, I'm not sure if I mentioned the personal assets we do here, but if you know you had a ship and then you switched to another ship and then you kind of forgot where you put them, you can always browse through all of your assets here, and if you're looking for something in particular, you might have hundreds and hundreds of stations here with stuff on it, and you don't want to search for all of them. You can click the search tab and type in here what you're looking for. So if I type in Merlin here, I can see that I have a spare Merlin in Utra. Also note that each time I jump through a gate, my ship is holding a type of cloak, That cloak will hold for 30 seconds, but that's plenty of time. You have to, you know, check around what's around on the gate, and it's quite useful to do if the gate is being camped, because then you know you can plan your escape and plan on if you shall try to warp to somewhere else, like a station or a gate, or if you shall crash gate. Crash gate means you just turn on, overheat all of your prop mods and burn back to the same gate you came from. If you suspect that they have insta-lockers, that is ships that can lock you pretty much instantly, then it's almost always better to crash gate. And if you're an nullsec and there are bubbles, always crash gate unless you're an interceptor. Oh right, wait, I didn't train the skills to like what targets them to. Oh well. Whoops, don't wanna lock the acceleration. Note what I did there. I started locking. I only had one target locked, and I can only target 2. But I started targeting the 3rd target because I figured that the target I already had locked would be dead before I could target a 2nd target. Kinda hard to explain, but if you watch the video again and analyze exactly what I did, I'm sure you will get it. And let's not forget to collect the loot before we move on. Some more ammunition. Not exactly the type we use, but not bad nonetheless. Especially if you run out of ammo, then just use whatever you have, basically. And I think that's it. Now let's activate the acceleration gate. And acceleration gates, you don't have to be within 0 meters. You can be, as long as you're within 2,500 meters, you can still activate it. Probably double click find space to avoid this obstacle here. And my wallet and journal is flashing, makes me want to click on them, but it's just such a bullshit and bounty. Again, F3 for the rapid fire and F1 to start shooting. Don't forget to keep your speed up and use orbit to neglect incoming damage. I think you have noticed by now that sometimes when I click on a target the camera focuses on it, but sometimes the camera acts up a little weird. I don't know what kind of bug that is, I have never seen it before. I should probably report that bug. Looting the wreck since these targets are kinda far away, but I can still lock them, so lock them while I'm looting this wreck. Now that I've looted them, I shall loot the wreck. I shall fire and shoot these guys. I should probably have reloaded my guns as well while I was looting wrecks anyway. Ah, there we go. Camera acted up, I guess. There we go, all these guys are dead, and I don't see any more wrecks that contains loot, so we will just head over to the acceleration gate and activate it.
Warp drive active.
There we go. And once again we have a change of music. I think I remember this. Now, here's a static defense here, and there's also a structure beneath the static defense. If I recall correctly, if you destroy the structure beneath the static defenses, it will die much quicker than the actual static defense will lose. I'm just gonna shoot that first instead of the static defense here. There we go, it all explodes. And now we actually have Tamar with us in space here. And I do believe I could just shoot Tamar and be done with the mission, but I'm gonna shoot all of these pirates anyway. didn't notice that, but Tarma is actually in his capsule, and it's quite rare that there are NPC capsuleers, but they do exist. Now, since we opted to use our passive barrier compensator instead, or the shield recharger that passively increases the recharge rate of our shields, if you are getting low on shields, you can just pull range from these NPCs. They won't be able to shoot you at that far range, because with the afterburner we fly a lot faster than these guys do. And just, passively wait for our shield to go back up, then we just head back into the fight again. I should probably have switched to my close range ammo, the antimatter charge S for this, but I'm a little lazy, I must admit. And there we go, now we only got Tarmar left. And as I said, normally it's quite rare to see NPCs with in capsules, but here we have him in a capsule. And it's possible to shoot players as well when they are in their capsule. So if our ship would explode, we would be flying around the space with our capsule, and if we wanted to, I mean, if they wanted to, they could still blow up our capsule. And then, if they do, we would respawn at our home station. I'm not sure if we can see our home station here, but no, we probably have to dock up at the station to be able to see our home station. I'll talk a bit about that once we get back to the station.
Warp drive active.
And since the mission is complete, we'll just head back home now. Just make sure that you did not loot any drugs from the building structure that we destroyed, because they wouldn't be too happy with us if we tried to bring that through a gate. Here's somebody dumping containers into space, probably advertising their corporation or something. It's quite regular, quite common that happens, especially in these newbie systems. Judging by the name of the container, I'm guessing it's a Russian corporation that put them there. And here's some more of them. Is Kaldar Trading Corp is recruiting? Oh yes. I'll edit out this part here because I really can't think of anything to see while I'm just flying around anyway. And we're back on the station. Now let's hand in this last mission for the military career. Complete mission. There we go. And let's train. Let's put all of this into the item hanger, and let's find that sharpshooter skill book and start training that. There, sharpshooter, train out to level 1. Now we only have the advanced military career left. So, but and I'm going to start with that. But let's check out the clone bay here on the station first, and we can see here that our home station right now is Kisogu 7. That's the system we started in, and so by default, the system you start in, and on that station is always set as your home station by default. So if your pod dies, you will respawn there. And I do believe you can switch back to that station anytime you like. But right now we are in Utra 6, Moon 4 to be more exact. And since well, I should probably have done this when I got here the first time, and that would have been to set this as my home station. Now, since I am docked at this station, I can set it here straight away, and it says it will cost 100,000 ESC. Yes, let's do that. And now that's changed. So if my pod dies now, I will respawn here. Now, if say if I wanna set my home station again, and yes, I can always set the home station to my initial spawn system. So it will be different depending on what school you selected when you created your character and what faction you're playing. But say if I wanted to set my home station to somewhere else that is many jumps away. Let's take an example here. We have let's try find Jita. Well, Jita is probably actually I won't take that. There are so many stations there. I don't actually remember right now which station there that is the main train hub. Well, Jita is actually right here, so you can see our stations. I think it's this one that is the trade station. If I take show info services, and it doesn't have a clone base, so we can't set that as our home station. And now somebody, a game master by the look of it, started a private conversation with us. Greetings, Capsular. I am GM Tegrino here to assist you and ask if you have any questions so far. Are you new to Eve? Where was I when I got interrupted? Oh yes, say if I wanted to set my home station somewhere else, that is not the station I'm docked on. I was trying to show an example, but I can't figure out how to do it right now. Then I would get a cooldown on switching home station. I could still... I could still switch station to my initial starting station, but I wouldn't be able to switch station remotely again for some time. And this time depends how far away the station is when I set it as a home station. And I think the maximum amount of time that the cooldown can be on is a whole year, so the cooldown is quite long. Yeah, I had quite a conversation with that game master, but now we are back, and I even filed a bug report for that focus camera issue. And let's do the first mission in the advanced military career, and we will be rewarded the propulsion jamming skill book, which we already have, else we wouldn't be able to use our weapon fire. Anyway, for you, my friend, there's always something. Welcome, young Kumamatu. I'm told you want to learn some of the more advanced aspects of warfare. A friend of mine has been summoned to a face-to-face meeting by a local pirate cartel, who have recently been attempted to blackmail him. I want you to take my friend's place and kill these criminals. That shouldn't be any problems. And I learned something after I started this video series, and after I started this character. Yang actually is a Chinese name, Chinese female name actually, and I made a dude. Well, what are you gonna do? Anyway, let's just do this. We're coming off time, or running out of time, I should say. So I will probably just do this mission as well, and then that will have to be it for this time.
Warp drive active.
And you know, I have been some quiet moments where I could have talked about something, and there are some things about, you know, the market that I'm gonna talk about, and some other things, but and by some other things I mean, for instance, all the loot we have piled up in our item hangar. It will come. There's a specific moment I want to talk about that, because I'm gonna dig a bit into the market anyway.
Warp
So
drive active.
there's just no need to stress it. We have plenty of money, and we will get plenty of more. Started shooting a little bit early there, but these guys are really close. Let's switch to our close range ammo. And that's it for this mission. Now I might see this orange text here. If it's orange, it means it's a link to something. In this case, it goes to the EVE University public channel. It's a good channel for new players to join if you want to ask for help or anything. And EVE University is a alliance or corporation, I should say, that exists in the game. If you go to people and places here, you can search for both characters, you can search for corporations, and you can search for alliances too. So if you type in EVE University,
Accepted.
Corporations 11, but it's this one right here with the fancy logo. Show info. Now, this corporation is entirely run by players, but they have pretty much dedicated their EVE in-game time in EVE to teach players how to play. So it might not be a bad idea to, if you still feel like you're unprepared, to head out into the wild under. Might be a good place to be at, because they can teach you a whole lot of things. And if you search for ship fittings online, it's quite common that you find ship fittings on their website, but those fits are usually not to be recommended. Trust me on that. Complete mission. That's it for this time, and yeah, we did get a skill book, but we have already trained that. Almost forgot. Let's stack up all this, and we have plenty of things here, you know, that we really don't need. And it's if you select it, you can see an estimated value on it. So if you select everything, you will get an estimated value for everything that you have currently selected. I just didn't want to include the blueprints because we probably wouldn't get a proper estimation on them anyway. But we have almost 1 million worth of junk in our item hangar, so eventually we will get to selling that stuff. We can, for now, repackage some of this stuff that we probably aren't going to use anymore. And I will get to how we sell these things on the market in a later episode. I'll repackage that as well. Repackage, repackage, repackage. No, I don't think items like these take less space just because we repackage them. It doesn't look like that anyway, but you still have to repackage them to be able to sell them. And that's it for this time. Fly safe.